All right, you guys, it's Dr. Wright here. You'll see two problems. One is easier than the other. And this is fourth grade math. And as I said, gonna help you guys finish this out. So first we're gonna look at 64 divided by 2. Now I'm gonna go at a pretty decent speed. You can always slow it down, pause, and rewind. First step. Now here's something that's gonna make you remember what to do. This acronym right here, D, which stands for divide, and then M, which stands for multiplication, then S, which stands for subtraction, and then B, which stands for bring down. Now, there's a lot of different names you can make up to help you remember this. You can pick your own. I'll give you a good one at the end that's going to help you remember. But the first one says division. And what it means by that, it's saying how many times does 2 go into 6? That is actually division, or 6 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 6 3 times. Whenever a number sits on that L frame, you automatically kick multiplication to this number. That's the second step, multiplication. So 3 times 2 is 6. Pay attention to where I put it. I keep it in the tens column. That means it's under the 6 because that's where the 3 is. So now the next step is subtraction. 6 minus 6 is 0. And the next one is bring down. Why? 2 cannot go into 0. So you have to bring down some help. You're going to bring down the number 4, and then you ask yourself the question again. How many times does 2 go into 4? 2 goes into 4 2 times, and whenever a number touches that L frame, you automatically kick multiplication to the divisor. Remember, the 2 is the divisor. So 2 times 2, here we go again. First we did division. How many times does 2 go into 4? 2 times. Now multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4. Pay attention to where I put it. It stays where you put the 2. They have to stay lined up. Next step is subtraction. And in this case, we don't have to bring down because we are finished. All right, let's move on to the second problem. So a good name for this acronym, you can say daddy, mommy, sister, brother, whatever helps you to remember. Also, the code for my fourth grade class, if my fourth grade class is watching, is blue. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, do not worry about that. But for my fourth grade class, the code is blue. All right, moving on. First step, division, which is the 2 divided by 2, or how many times does 2 go into 2? It goes into 2 1 time. Second step, multiply. Second step, multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. Remember, you got to keep them lined up. Now, this has an extra number, so you got to be careful. Keep them lined up. Next one was subtraction, and now bring down. Why? 2 cannot go into 0, so we have to bring down 4. Well, how many times does 2 go into 4? Here's another way to ask yourself it. 2 times what is 4? Or comes the closest to it. In this case, we have a perfect match. It's going to be 2. Whenever a number sits on that L frame, you automatically kick it back and multiply. The L frame is the black thing that looks like an L. So we're at multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4. And then what's next? Subtraction. and 2 can't go into 0. So now we have to bring down some more help, the 6. Now, after we bring it down, we say how many times. We just keep doing this pattern over and over again. I have to bring down is division. That's how many times does 2 go into 6 down here? 2 times what is 6? Oop, made a little mark. Just ignore that mark. 2 goes into 6 3 times. And anytime a number sits on that L frame, we automatically kick it back. This looks crazy. 3 times 2 is 6. And so then we have 6 minus 6 equals 0. Can you tell I'm using a new pen? It's a lot. All right, this is division. This is beginning division, beginning long division. Any help, any questions, just leave it in the comments.